Hi everybody, this is Sabrina with your Night Night Nugget, a real for real Night Night Nugget, because I put on my pajamas, was getting ready to hunker down for the night, and it occurred to me, it's Wednesday. It is time to get back on track with the Night Night Nuggets. We are back from Honduras, as we had said before, and so now it's time to get back to doing the things that we know that we're supposed to be doing while we're here. So anyway, tonight I want to talk to you about the parable of the buzzards. I could actually call this the parable of the swarming buzzards. So this is what happened. Today, I was leaving, walked outside of my office and happened to look up at the sky and realized that there were buzzards that were swarming around. I mean, there were a lot of them. I actually stood there and started taking pictures of them, and I was like, what is that? I mean, there were just a lot of them. And I was like, what is that? What is that with the buzzards? And I'm standing there thinking, and a word rose up in me, and it was flesh. And I was like, oh, because buzzards eat flesh, right? So I'm like, oh my gosh. And I'm thinking flesh. Okay. So I'm thinking, not necessarily skin, but I'm thinking on a spiritual concept, like, okay, all right, the flesh, all right, obviously flesh, not crucified, right? And then I kept looking, and it occurred to me that they were still swarming. You see, buzzards don't eat things that are alive. Buzzards eat things that are already dead. And it occurred to me, the flesh not being dead, having not been crucified, yet still alive. And that's why the buzzards were still swarming. I'm standing there because I'm a firm believer that creation, nature, the world speaks of things of God. And just reveals to us and teaches us about God. So I'm standing there looking, and all of a sudden, it wasn't funny anymore, because I started to think about my own flesh and the areas that I have not crucified. Those areas in which my flesh still rages, it's alive and well, and I started thinking about myself. A long time ago, I heard something, and it said that real warfare, real spiritual warfare, it doesn't start with something like this. It doesn't even start with something like this. Real warfare starts when you're willing to use this on yourself, not on somebody else. So I started thinking, what areas in my life, God, do I still yet need to crucify my flesh? What areas have I not given you complete reign over, complete control? Which areas do I keep from you? And one of the things I came up with myself, because I'm going to talk about myself right now, one of the areas I came up with that I still have not completely crucified my flesh, and the buzzards have to keep swarming around because the flesh isn't dead, is my busyness. I get too busy sometimes, and I know that I need to do something about that. Now that's me. What about you? What area in your life still has the buzzard swarming because it's still alive? Is it unforgiveness? Is it anger? Is it hatred? Is it offense that you've held on to? What is it that still rages in your body? Are there other things that you are in your flesh? Are there other things that you have, other areas of your life that you haven't completely submitted it and turned it over to God? Is there somebody in your life, whenever you think of them, you're like, ew, buzzard still swarming? Is there some habit that you can't break, or you don't feel like that you can break, and you continue and continue and continue to go back to it, even though God has told you to walk away from it? Buzzards still swarming. In 2017, if you want different, you're going to have to do different. Now, I'm not just talking to yourself, I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself. If you want different, you're going to have to do different. And one of the things that has to be done is we've got to crucify our flesh. We've got to take this, not use it on other people or what other people are doing, but use it on ourselves so that God can reign supreme in our life in every area of our life. This is Sabrina with your Night Night Nugget. Watch those buzzards. If they're still swarming, flesh is still alive. Have a great evening, and I will see you on Saturday. Night night.